Hello everyone and welcome back to another Universe Sandbox video, or actually I should say Universe Sandbox 2 video, as today we're taking a trip back to the past. So I did a video on this years ago, checking out update 11.3, which is the oldest version you can access on Steam as far as I know. So you can see in the bottom right hand side of the screen, Alpha 11.3. So this goes all the way back to 2014. This is before I started playing the game. I started in, I think it was 15 or 16. It may have been 16. So this is 2 years before I actually got my hands on this game. So this is right near the beginning of time, really. And as we can see, there's no, or as you can hear, there's no music at the moment. This game currently does not have any music. So I'll probably have to edit some in or something. But as we can see, the game, this is the same game. This is the same game as what we play normally. But this is still Universe Sandbox 2. This is before they changed the name just to Universe Sandbox. So check it out. It looks a lot more like the original Universe Sandbox 1, I have to say. I mean, all of the buttons and stuff. I mean, look at the add button. Look, this is nowhere near what we have now. Look at it. That's weird. But if we notice, there is a sound effect. If you zoom into stars, listen to this. Why can't we have that in the modern version of the game? How cool is that? So it has the hum of the sun here. I wish we could have that in the actual game. I think it's really cool. But let's just take a moment and look at the sun as well. Even when we pause the game, it looks different. But yeah, there's sunspots. Now, we don't normally have this in the normal version. So sunspots were actually in the game at one point. So check it out. Look at that. So it is pretty cool. I wonder if the planets make any sort of noises. That could be quite cool. Let's actually just look at the planets as well. Because obviously this is back in a long time ago. All the planets had different textures back then. So you can see Mercury, it's looking more brown than it normally does. But yeah, no sound effects, unfortunately, for Mercury. But yeah, there's Mercury. Now, Venus could be an interesting one. I want to try having a little play here. So here, yes, look at this. Okay, so it kind of shows or underneath the atmosphere. Now, I don't know if there's any way to like turn that on or off. But yeah, Venus is atmospheres. So there you go, atmosphere on and off, clouds on and off. There's not really much there. But look at the options. Everything looks so... It's all on one like sort of carbon dioxide, organics, look, as well in the compositions. More materials. So that's something we're going to have a little play with. I haven't seen the old organics in a while. What does Earth? What does Earth look like? Oh, look at this version of Earth. Okay, right. So let's have a little play. How do I slow down time? I don't even know how to slow down time. But you can see there's like a red sort of area for like sunsets, I'm guessing. So when it gets to nighttime, it goes, you can see like a red sort of shade around the twilight zone. I don't know how to slow the time down. Okay, here we go. Whoa, that's weird, right. Okay, so there's a better view of it. So there's Earth. So, yeah, I mean, it still looks fairly good in this version of the game. But yeah, there we are. So there's Earth. Okay. Right, and now we have Mars. So here we are. Okay. So yeah, Mars still looks fairly... Yeah, Mars looks good in this version. So this is all the way back in 2014, remember? So this is actually before... It actually reminds you, this is before we got to Pluto. So Pluto, obviously at this point in time, Pluto, we hadn't actually arrived at Pluto yet with New Horizons. So the Pluto in the game, obviously, is completely incorrect, as we know what Pluto looks like now. So yeah, the in-game Pluto, that's completely wrong, because this is that far back in the past now, which is absolutely crazy. How do Jupiter and Saturn look? I mean, I think Jupiter and Saturn look fairly similar. You can see it, there's Jupiter, Saturn. Yep, looks fairly similar as well. Uranus. Oh my god, look at Uranus. Whoa! That does not look correct whatsoever. Look at Uranus! That does not look like anything like Uranus. I mean, wow. Is there any way we can turn the brightness up? View settings, does that exist in this version? I don't know. Lighting mode, okay. There you are. Okay, so look at Uranus way back in the day. Oh my god. That looks completely... incorrect. That doesn't even look like Uranus whatsoever. Oh my god, right, so there's Uranus. And well, lastly, what does good old Neptune look like? So, here we are. Okay, so Neptune has also got these sort of darker bands. But yeah, there it is. Okay, Neptune doesn't look too bad, but yeah, it still does look a little weird. Okay, so there we are. Okay, there's that. One thing I want to try is I want to try collisions and stuff, because yeah, this version of the game, as we saw, it had some quite good collision sounds. So, I want to kind of see that. Okay, so can we make a new simulation? I don't even know. New? Is there a new button? Simulations? New, create? No? New. Okay, right. So, fresh simulation. So what I want to try is I want to try collide a few different things. So back to the basics of the game. I want to collide a sun and a sun. So what happens if you do that? Close this. I love the sound effect they make. They're so cool. Right. Oh my god, we have this in the game. It's so good. We need this in the current version. Right, so I kind of want these guys to collide. So they're kind of just in an orbit at the moment. So let's have a little bit of a edit mode. Ooh, oh my god, right, okay. So we'll just do a bit of a edit mode magic. I mean, I think, here we go. Whoa, okay, supernovas do look a little weird, but these are so early, this is so early in their like time stream for the game's edits, so speed up time. The nova doesn't move. Wow, so the novas back in the day, they didn't do anything. They just created it and it didn't. Oh wow, okay. That's weird. Right, okay, new. Okay, so let's try some planet collisions. Let's just try the good old Earth versus Moon. So where are we? Earth. Okay. Earth, yep. There you are, okay. Let's go all the way down there and then Moon. Put the Moon there. We don't want it in orbit mode. That's probably binary, no motion. Yes. Place it there. Okay, so that should go straight into the Earth. Let's see if it has any custom sort of collision sound. Oh, it does. Right, and here's the Earth. Whoa, look at the way the molten rock looks. I mean, that's weird. Oh my god. It looks so weird. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, so you can see the molten rock's a lot more yellow looking. Oh, it reset the surface texture. I forgot it could do that. Okay, so one thing I want to have a look at as well is materials. So remember, we've got hydrogen, silicate, water, iron in the game normally. But you've also got organics and carbon dioxide. So remember organics, that was the green one. Remember the green? If anyone's been around the game for a super long time, you used to have organics in the game here. You also had hydrogen, obviously, we have hydrogen, but there's also carbon dioxide. You can still, I think you may still be able to access this, but I'm not sure, honestly. So if I turn the hydrogen off, okay, so you get Earth again, but if I slowly add hydrogen, does it create like a sort of, there used to be an effect in the game, I'm not sure if it still works now. Okay, so that doesn't work. Okay, I want to try, let's try that again. So apparently if you keep adding hydrogen to a rocky planet back in the day, you could kind of see a transition between rocky and gas giants. So I kind of want to give it a go and see if I can sort of work out how to do it. So Earth, place it in again. Spawn it in here. Okay, there we are. Edit. Okay, so if I, for instance, just start adding... Oh no, I think it's if I start adding mass. So what if I do this? Does it turn into, does it start to turn into like a gas giant or something? So I want to try adding more mass to Earth. So let's see if I go to like 10, maybe a little more. Oh, actually, I think we need to go a little bigger than that. Let's go to just one Jupiter straight out. Because we know roughly in the game at the moment, when you get to 13 Jupiters, it starts to become a gas giant. So what happens if we do it? Oh, okay. So we can see some changes there. So if we continue going, does it do anything? Because there used to be a visual appearance where you could see gas clouds start to appear on rocky planets, which you can't really get in the game at the moment. So, okay, so we're almost at the 13 area. So we can see it's getting... Oh, yes, you got this. This is what appeared. And you can't actually get this in the game anymore. But when you started adding enough mass to a rocky planet, you started to get this, where you could obviously see it, the planet started to become distorted with hydrogen clouds, basically. And if you keep going, obviously it'd become just a gas giant straight up, but you had this transition period first, which is really, really cool. And obviously, as you made it bigger and bigger, it started to create the fusion process. So as we can see, it's getting hotter as fusion is starting to be created, since we are making it big. And look at that, and then it becomes a star. Like, how cool is that? Like, we need that in the game, honestly. It's such a cool feature, having the rocky planets transition like that. And yeah, it's kind of a feature you can't access anymore. I mean, it'd be great to see that in the game, I think. And just a nice sort of addition, a callback to the past, back in 2014 when this version came out. But I think it'd be really cool to have that in the game in the present day. So there we are. But let's also have another little look around. So create, what other sort of simulations are actually galaxies? Galaxy collision in the old... Oh, okay. Have a little look at this. Oh, the dark matter's in here, the red dots. Okay, so let's actually increase time. So there's the galaxy collision, the Milky Way and Andromeda. It's a little broken in this version by the looks of it. The galaxies at this point were very sort of weird. Okay, so there's the elliptical, the original elliptical in the game as well. So it's not the same as what we have now as well. Oh, some really interesting things in here. Stellar flares. What's that? Oh. Okay. We can hear all the star hums. You can hear a lot of star hums. Oh my god. Spooky. Right. That's cool. Right, okay. Let's also open climate test. Earth next to sun. Does that do anything? Oh, okay, that would just... we've had this in the current version. It just increases the temperature and you just see all the changes. Interesting stuff. Human-sized objects. Okay, so what have we got in here? Bowling ball. A blue bowling ball. We don't have that in the version of the game anymore. Baseball, basketball. Okay, so they're all ones we know. We've got all the pool balls. So obviously we know that. Dice, teapot. Yeah, we've seen that. Okay, so there's a few similarities in here. Actually, let's add. So is there any objects that you don't get in the game at the moment that are in here? Bowling ball. No, it all looks... There's the monolith as well. That's still in the version. So we can see all the oldest stars. And one look at this as well. Canis Majoris is the largest star in the game. At this point, UI Scritti wasn't discovered when this version of the game was out. So Canis Majoris was the biggest star ever known at the time of when this version of the game released. So this was the biggest star. You couldn't get any bigger than this. So 6.6 AU was the biggest star. So obviously Stephanson's a lot bigger than that now. But yeah, at the moment, Canis Majoris was the biggest star in the game. So pretty cool stuff there. So there's Canis Majoris. Obviously, you had the other stars, but Canis Majoris was the largest by miles. You had Betelgeuse in there as well. That was one of the larger ones, but yeah, not as big as good old Canis. So yeah, there are those guys. Okay. Randomly selected exoplanets. Yeah, I want to look into customization in this version of the game because this is really, really early in the game's development. So I want to see how customization works. So we'll go for random rocky. Place it in there. So what can you actually do to these? Because you couldn't change the colour of surfaces, you couldn't change the colour of anything. So, well, when I started the game, you couldn't, and that was in 2015 or 16 when I started. And you couldn't change the colour, you couldn't change anything. So, got albedo, surface pressure. Okay, so we know all that. Materials. There isn't even a customization tab. Literally, the only thing you could do to planets back in the day was simply add water. That was the only way of customization you could get. And all you had to do was just keep respawning. You just had to keep spawning in objects until you got a one that was a good colour. So that's how I used to do it. So pretty crazy. But you can see, yeah, there's the water areas. It's pretty cool and smooth when you add the water on like that. So yeah, pretty cool. But also remember organics. These other elements in the game that you just can't get anymore. I mean, it's cool. And then obviously carbon dioxide. Oh, gas giant. Oh wow, that's quite a cool looking gas giant actually for a random spawn. Oh, look at that! Wow. So random gas giants used to look a lot better by the looks of things. That's what happens if we actually spawn in some random gas giants. What do you get when you spawn in randoms? Do you get good coloured ones? I mean, you can see here. It's got a lot of blue and white ones. That must have been the way that they used to work. So you used to get some good looking planets when you spawn them in. All fragment. Oh, wow, okay. Whoa. Oh, I like the sound effects. We don't get that as much. Oh my god. Whoa. Okay. I really, really like the collision sounds. We need more collision sounds in the game. But you can see, yeah, mostly gas giants, when you spawn them in, they always used to be blue or white. So you'd be able to get some good looking, like, combos. But they were all ice giant look-alikes. You can't really get any normal sort of gas giant ones. But you can see, yeah, they're all roughly the same sort of appearance, which is quite cool. Randomly selected exoplanets, does that do anything? No, they all appear the same. Obviously some Rockies have got some bigger ones in there. Whoa, okay, so we can see there's a few glitches, but that's to be expected. I mean, this is a really, really old version of the game. So, Jupiter and Saturn, I mean, they obviously had all of their... They obviously still look the same to this day, pretty much. So, there you go. Ooh, do like the fragments, though. They are really cool. Let's have some rocky planet collisions in here as well. Why not? Let's go to a new simulation. How do we do that? Powers. What do you have in power? Stars, planets. Okay, so they're all fairly straightforward. Chart mode. That existed. Oh, the original chart mode. Ooh. Okay. So there's that. Surface temperature. So you had all the diagrams that you still get roughly now. Customize. Ooh, customize the chart mode. That's not in the game anymore. New. Open simulation folder. Imagine if I could access the new simulations in this version of the game. That could be quite interesting if I can do that. Home. Open simulation folder. Oh, there's nothing in here. Okay, so what I should try is copying in some simulations from newer versions of the game. I'm going to do that. I'm in the files right now, so I'm actually going to have a go at doing that and see if I can do anything. So, okay, I'll just grab a few simulations. I don't know what, but I'll just take a few from my normal modern day simulations here. So if I copy the enhanced, I'll just select just a few. I'm not sure what I'm collecting here, but I'll just select a few simulations. Right, okay, so here we go. So copy. Now I'm going to paste these into the correct folder. So Universe Sandbox 2 simulation, just paste those in and let's see if we can actually run these newer versions in this version of the game. This could crash us, so open. Can we access our own simulations? Let's have a look. In development, no. Is there like a My Simulations area? No. So what, oh, I don't know if we... So we can open the simulation folder. So how do we actually access our own simulations? I don't know. Open log file, run performance test, no. Performance tests would be interesting actually, because I want to see kind of what it used to run actually, so could have a look into that. But yeah, I'm not seeing how I can find my own simulations. Core, astronomy, technical, no. I don't think there is an option for my own simulations. Is there? In development, no. Generation, database, even more experimental. Yeah, it doesn't seem like there is a way to access it. Okay, Kepler 22b, that's still in the game. Brown dwarf grid, ooh. I wouldn't say they're brown dwarfs, are they? No, they're all the way down here, actually. Okay, so there's all of those guys. What about the actual... Okay, so these are brown dwarf. Look at these. These brown dwarfs do look pretty... They do look pretty cool, honestly, these brown dwarfs in this version of the game. You know, there they are, the hot gas giants. Obviously, the lighting's a little messed up because we're doing that. But let's just change the view mode in the simulation and actually see what these gas giants actually look like. So, studio. So, look at the old brown dwarfs. This is what brown dwarfs used to look like in the version of the game. Honestly, they look really good. All the different variants of them, I mean, they do look good. And obviously, they can cool down and heat up as well. So, the brown dwarfs all had pretty cool... designs in here, but yeah, there we are. So I want to, to finish up with, we can always do more episodes on this as well. So if you guys get any more things that we can test out in this is the oldest version we can access as far as I know as well. So pretty cool. But yeah, if you've got any other suggestions for what we could try in this version, and also I've never actually told you guys, but I actually have access to the original Universe Sandbox, and the reason I wasn't able to, or I've never made a video on it, is the Universe Sandbox team said they requested for me not to make a video on it. And I recently saw a Mad Planet guy, who I talk to fairly regularly sometimes, he made a video on the original Universe Sandbox, and he told me if I ask the developers, they may allow me to do it, and actually film the original Universe Sandbox, the Universe Sandbox 1 as well, so that could be very interesting. So let me know if you guys want to see that as well. But yeah, for the meantime, we can still have a look at the old version of Universe Sandbox 2 and kind of see what we can do in here. So if you've got any kind of requests and stuff, let me know. And also, speaking of my simulations, not all of them, but some have come through. So let's try opening some of my more modern simulations in this version. Do they run? Do they work? Because I don't think they will. Yeah, we've just crashed the game. They won't work. Oh, no. So we can see, yeah, the new simulations, trying to bring them in. They all have properties and customization that was not possible in this version. So that's why it's completely crashed us out. So yeah, I'll be with you guys in a sec. Okay, everyone, so I'm back. And yeah, so let's actually try. I want to try that performance testing. I want to see kind of what it does with this stuff. So let's just see. Okay. So I want to see how it compares to the kind of one to date. So there we are. But yeah, while this is playing out, guys, like I said, if you've got any more suggestions for me to try out in this version of Universe Sandbox, so maybe we could try out some other older versions. Maybe I can try and find the first version that I ever tried out and stuff. That could be quite cool. And maybe we could do like an evolution of Universe Sandbox series. What do you guys think of that? Would that be anything you guys want to see? Obviously, I need to get access, or I need to get video access to the original Universe Sandbox, because like I said, I've got a copy of the game, of the original Universe Sandbox, but I'm not allowed to make videos on it currently. So I need to ask the team, can I do it? Because Mad Planet guy did one, and yeah, he said to ask them. So hopefully if I ask, I can get, but I can't make any promises there, guys. But yeah, for the meantime, I will see if I can get my hands on it. And yeah, guys, let me know if you would like to see me play the original Universe Sandbox for a video or two, and we can do it as like an evolving Universe Sandbox series of how the original game looked, and then we'll slowly evolve into the newer versions of Universe Sandbox all the way up to the present day, and we can kind of see how things change and how things were added and removed and stuff like that. I think that would be quite a cool series to do, guys. So yeah, let me know in the comments if you'd like to see something like that. Yeah, but with that all said and done, we'll watch out the rest of this, all of the simulation tests. I kind of want to see just how this all runs out. But yeah, let me know what your thoughts and opinions are down below in the comments about all that, because I think that could be really, really cool to see. Whoa, that's a lot of stuff about to hit Earth, but I think that could be really, really cool to do like a evolution of Universe Sandbox series. Oh wow, look at those collisions. They look cool. And this was actually what I used for the thumbnail in the original video I made on this version, was this exact shot here. This is what I used for the thumbnail originally, I remember that, so pretty cool stuff indeed there. Okay, so is that it? Oh, there we go. Okay, so performance test score, 82. I think that's okay. Right, okay. Pretty awesome stuff indeed, but I think to end things off, what should we... Let's have a collision with Neptune or something. So, go to a new simulation, and hopefully I can make it for the thumbnail as well. I think that'd be quite cool. But add... Let's go for a good old Neptune versus Earth. There it is. Lock onto Neptune. So there's Neptune. It looks slightly different to the way it did in the solar system simulation earlier. So there's Neptune, and then we'll add in a Earth. Place it roughly there, I guess. Okay. Oh, no, close the menu. Close it, there you are. Okay, so obviously we need to use edit mode to make it crash into Neptune. That could be useful. So, oh, let's try and get it exactly where we want. Slow down the time, obviously. Okay, here we go. Is there any way to turn off trails? I don't know if there is a view. Must be on view, maybe. Home, view, no. I honestly, I have no idea how I'm navigating this. Trails. Trails. View, trails. You must be able to turn trails off, right? Yeah. Okay. Alright. And labels. Okay, so let's watch this. Let's watch this play out to finish up with today, guys. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more on it, let me know down below in the comments. And yeah, if you enjoyed it, let me know just any thoughts and opinions. And yeah, if you would like to see that evolution of Universe Sandbox series involving the original game, I think that could be really, really cool. There's a collision with Earth versus Neptune. Honestly, that is really, really cool. But yeah, let me know down below what you want to see in the comments about that, because I think that would be really, really cool to do. And yeah, any feedback is appreciated, guys. So yeah, massive thank you for watching today, guys. And yeah, let's see if we can go for 50 likes on today's video for Universe Sandbox Alpha 11.3. And yeah, if that all said and done, guys, make sure you have a great day. Stay safe out there, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye.